All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rafael, and this is Jay.
Hi.
We're the founders of EventKey. Now, let me explain to you a big picture of what EventKey does. Think about an event that you went to in the past. Perhaps Southampton Invest, one of the events here recently. And there are two different customers for us. One of them is the event host, the people that host the event. And the problem that they have is, imagine if you're hosting an event, you want to make sure that the people who come to your event had a good time and they connected with each other and it was worth attending. Like, we've all gone to events, right, that we go to, and we just don't find value in the event, so we don't come back. So the event organizer wants to make sure that people get value out of it. And the people that go to events, us, we want to make sure that we go and we connect with people that are meaningful, that can help us drive and move our business forward. We're going to call this connection. But we don't want to leave it just at connection. This is not just about connecting. When people go to events for entrepreneurs and business professional events, there's a lot of pressure that us entrepreneurs have. We have that pressure that we have to connect with someone to drive the business forward. Now I wanted to show you a quick clip of EventKey at one of these events. So if you could kindly go head over to YouTube. Essentially, as Jay wants to get this figured out, EventKey uses location services to show you the LinkedIn profiles with you in the room. So as soon as you check in with EventKey, it'll show you all the LinkedIn profiles. You can scroll through the list, as you'll soon see is jamming during the video, and you can see who is who and what each person does. Now, everyone's information is protected, so you won't see anyone's email address or phone number there. You have to request that information. It's very much like exchanging a business card. And
Playing here, but not on the screen. Sorry about that.
oh, really? Could we get some technical support, perhaps, to figure that out?
It's playing here from here.
It's okay.
Is it on YouTube? Or?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, it's right there. Okay.
But it's okay. I can go through the slides, no problem.
Okay.
Would you mind going back to PowerPoint?
Sure.
Yeah. As entrepreneurs, we always need to learn how to improvise, so this is no problem. Okay. One of the most useful features that EventKey has is that with one tap of a button, we can exchange business cards and save it with one tap. And that's worked really well for us. This is our market. Now, most competitors in the mobile event platforms, they will list that number right up there. This is the most important one of the two. Focus on this one. 565 billion. If you do a Google search of what the event market is like, that's the number that's going to continuously come up. But we refined the search. And we came down to this number. Our market is 36 billion of the events that list networking as one of their top priorities. And that's exactly what we're going after. And the calculations, we came down to about 100 million attendees are the ones that attend events that focus on that. So just to get an idea of how big the market is. Who are we going after? So I am from Argentina, and Jay is Swedish. And being a Latino founder of a tech startup, it's quite different from the different demographics that we've gone to. And we found that we have direct access to the decision makers of organizations that are Latino or women. So our initial target market is to target them. It's been very easy to get to them and show them our technology, show them a demo, and we've succeeded quite well. So our plan is to go after them first and then expand to all the other markets. Now, we were able to develop an MVP in both iOS and Android. I was able to lead a team of 8 junior software developers from ASU while I worked at the Center for Entrepreneurship. And inside the box, you'll see the people that already signed up to use EventKey. You may see some familiar names, ESPHX. They actually already paid us. And in West Southwest, we have a letter of intent that they gave us. We have many of these. And our plan is to go and refine the product for the customers inside the box. We really want to make something that's sticky. And then we go outside the box. Now, the way that this is going to work out is, we all heard the saying that it's a small community, like everyone knows each other. So if you look at Girls in Tech, top left corner inside the box, the same people that attend those kind of events are the ones that attend Women Who Startup. So if we simply make a product that's sticky for the customers that we already have and have signed up, it will grow outside organically, outside the box. A timeline of what we achieved to this date. We launched the MVP, me leading a team of 8 software developers at ASU. Once they developed the app, I bought the equity back, so I retained 100%. And then I became co-founders with Jay. Jay is the president of the Swedish Chamber of Commerce. When he saw what I was doing, he definitely saw a need in his Chamber of Commerce and all the other ones. So we partnered up. My rule for anyone to work with me is that they have to invest in the company. Jay happens to be an accredited investor, so I sold him 0.5% to be able to join the company. And then we validated the product that we had, the MVP. It's like version 0. It's so very little features that people were willing to pay for those features. And we monetized to $2,500 and several letters of intent. Now, things are not perfect. Like, we learned a lot of things on this journey, can I admit? So we learned, for instance, that with the MVP that we developed, there were some things additionally that the customer wanted, the host. And to summarize it, they told me, Rafael, my name, they were like, I love EventKey and what it does for our attendees, but we want to use one platform for everything. We don't want to use Eventbrite or any other platform to sell our tickets. We want to sell the tickets through EventKey, and then people have network on EventKey, all in one. Make it easy for us. Can you develop that for us? I'm like, okay, let me see how much that would cost me. So I asked around, got some quotes, and it's a lot of money. It's thousands and thousands, like $50,000 to just develop the platform. And I don't have that kind of money. I already invested $30,000 of my own money into EventKey. I'm a recent graduate. I graduated from ASU about 4 years ago. So I don't have that kind of money, and it was either recruit the developers, we needed some real professionals this time around, no more students, or go out and get some investment. So that's where we're at now. And essentially we need to develop the ticket selling component, which we have letters of intent from the big organizations saying that if you develop that, we'll use it. And we're willing to pay. I'm going to show you our payment model afterwards. So that's what we need the funding for. So our monetization strategies. This is essentially to sell the tickets. Everyone immediately can get on EventKey and buy the tickets online. Then we're going to charge a premium for hosts that want to upgrade their host accounts. Essentially what this does is allows the host to put a sponsorship banner on the app of their choice. And as our letters of intent indicate, which I'll share with you guys later, is that organizations like Chambers of Commerce, they already have sponsors willing to pay thousands to put their little banners on the networking app. It's great exposure. And we're only going to charge the host $29 to upgrade their account. What this upgrade does is it allows for them to use that little banner for sponsorship. And then our third monetization strategy is the Rolodex capabilities. So with EventKey, we have a freemium version for the attendee that lets you see the people at the current event that you're at. But if you want to see past event that you want to, you got to upgrade your account. We estimate that about 30% of the hosts will upgrade to the premium and about 10% of the attendees. The financial calculations that we used was events that we're going after are about 50 attendees. That's the niche that we go after. We're not going after the big fish in the sea like the conferences. That's where all the other mobile technology are competing for. But we're going after the ESPHX events, the events that we host here, 2 minutes, etc. So we did our calculations with that. We make about $1 from each ticket sold there. And if we multiply 50, 10, so 5 times 10 is about $50 an event on that. And then 29 an event on that. This is what our competition looks like. At the end of the day, our competitive edge is from what our users told us is, Rafael, you're doing it right with EventKey because it's so simple to use and it's just a fraction of the cost of what the other competitors charge. So the other competitor that charges the least is Huba at $500 an event, and we charge $29 a month for the host to use it. But really, the way that we see this is that our competitors, if you look at what's out there right now, it's this. People put in business cards in little folders. People put in business cards in their car, in the shoe boxes, etc. Like, this technology of mobile event technology has not trickled down to Chambers of Commerce yet. If you go to a Chambers of Commerce morning breakfast event, people are still handing out their business cards. And this is just so outdated, and we can really be the first to market in these events. Our financial projections, which we can share with you later, Essentially, we want to focus the first 18 months into making a product that's really sticky before we put gasoline into the fire and take off the market. This is our different scenarios that we have with EventKey. And best case scenario, we have something really good going on with me, with Spanish. But the more realistic scenario is this one that we look at. And the worst thing that could happen, we already have 11 organizations signed up to use it. So say that we go to 30 and then we have a churn rate, we'll stick with 25. That's the worst that could happen. And this is essentially what we need the money for, how we're going to spend it, the features that we're going to develop, 22-month runway, and our projections indicate we can get to 120 customers with that money. My team, I'm the founder. I worked at the Center for W.P. Carey, Center for Entrepreneurship. I've been an Obama Scholar. I graduated with honors from ASU, Barrett Honors College, and I was voted the best Hispanic Entrepreneur of the Year in 2016 for writing the business plan for EventKey. And my co-founder Jay, he's our co-founder and first investor and president of the Swedish Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much.
Who are your advisors?
Yes, Andrew Bart. Do you know Andrew? Yes. And then Barbara, who works with Andrew, she does the tech side. So we're non-technical founders. She comes really handy when it comes to selecting the organization that's going to develop the platform. We're going to outsource it to them. Dan really helps us with the leads and sales. He's my mentor when it comes to selling. Zach has run a software company before, so to complement perhaps our lack of strengths in these areas, we have Zach and Barbara to complement us there. And our plan is about 15 months into the business, we're going to have the software development team in-house afterwards. And she's going to be instrumental in hiring that team. Thank you.
We're ready for questions. I will just turn off the camera and then shoot.